It is time to mock draft. Let's do it. It is Coach Champions time in the morning. Oh boy, back at it again, Xander. Give me a smile, man. Give me a smile. Come on. Let's see them pearly whites.
Let's do this.
All right, guys, we are back again. The Couch Champions here again. Not that it really matters to you, but at a different recording time. We're actually recording in the morning, and
Early
not
in the morning.
not all of us are quite here fully, but we are here.
This is what we do for the love of fantasy.
For the love of fantasy and for the love of our fans. We appreciate you guys tuning in. Yeah, man. Once again, another week closer to the football season starting.
Oh, I can feel it in my bones.
Football
Yes.
technically started.
We had our first taste of football.
I was in the game.
Thursday?
That's why I say technically.
Yeah, we did have our first taste, but before we talk about that, let's introduce our guest,
Yeah, sorry about that. My bad manners.
the prestigious young man,
Yeah.
Mr. Mikey Fox.
What's poppin'? Q sounds and
Michael A. B. C. What's
D.
the
D.
D?
Yeah.
I'm mother sick. I
D.
almost made it. D.
yeah, it was close.
Michael D. Fox.
Everything cool, my brother. 7:34. It ain't that bad, but could still be sleeping. But it's football.
Hey,
It is football. Sleeping.
always time for football, right?
It's football.
It's always time for football. Mikey is a member of a few of our leagues, a few leagues that we play in.
Mr.
Definitely
Mhm.
an energetic.
Mr. Wall
Member.
Street himself.
I think we have referred to him maybe once or twice
Yeah.
in the
I
show.
think we have.
But his vigorous trading, efforts. But
I
listen,
know that.
if you look at his team now,
Woo,
you see the
dangerous.
profits of it.
Dangerous, Mr. Wall Street himself.
So definitely a very shrewd fantasy manager, and we just wanted to get him in on this episode where we are doing a mock draft.
Mark.
Yes,
This is
one of
when
the
we
best things to do.
Try to repair our horrible picks from last time.
Yeah, we definitely, our last mock draft is completely null and void now. The players have moved greatly, and they will continue to move as the season goes on. And so, mock drafting is something that you have to continue to do.
Yeah.
It's not something that you do once. Mock drafting is preparing for your actual draft. You want to make sure that you are ready.
To dominate.
In the case, when people like Xander and Sherlin snipe you,
Oh,
you gotta be ready to jump in and make the next move.
I have never sniped anyone ever.
Okay.
Sure, buddy.
All right.
Sniper,
Sure,
no
buddy.
snipey.
Let's not lie to the people.
But
But
yeah,
before we get there, let's talk a little bit about this Hall of Fame game. NFL finally back.
it is back. And unlike you guys, I couldn't stomach watching the whole game, so I only watched the highlights. But one thing is apparent to me.
Mhm.
That Chase Claypool has a role. Now, he was targeted very early and was targeted a lot for a Hall of Fame game, which was surprising. So I don't know if that means he is the primary target or the first of the second team, and they were just letting him get a run. I don't know, but he looked good.
Boring. Anyway, thank you all for having me. I don't think I said that. It's great, but the funny thing I took away from that game, and I don't know if it was just because everybody's a bunch of third stringers, but Dallas's defense wasn't really something to laugh about. And we always pointing fingers at
Yeah,
everything about the Cowboys is funny,
Mhm.
but their defense was
that Michael
Legit.
Parsons.
Yeah,
had
Micah.
some-
Yeah.
yes, sir.
Yep, Micah Parson. We got to remember that Van Der Esch is still there. He's still a good player. I mean, injury laden.
I know.
Yeah.
I used to be in love with
They're
him.
very
but
injury laden, but
he has to prove it to me again. But I used to love him.
yeah,
I don't know, but that has some serious fantasy implications.
I
It
wouldn't be
does.
picking him up, but maybe woe is the person who does.
I mean, my to go back to your first point, Sherlin, I think I noticed the same thing. This is why I have been having a bit of I've been seeing the DJ love, the Deontay Johnson love,
Yeah.
and I think I've been having a hard time picking him at his current ADP just because I just that offense is still so up in the air. Other than Najee right now, I think
Yeah.
Najee has a role. I still don't. People are talking about Deontay Johnson as though he's the unquestioned one.
No, I think
But we
Claypool
don't
could
know
take
that.
that.
And then you have Juju.
Right, we have Juju, who's completely nebulous. We don't know what he's gonna do.
Unhealthy, I guess, for the first time
I think
in a
Juju's
long
gonna
time.
he's gonna be a firm too.
Yeah, I think he settled into the role of two. And then it's his franchise, well, not franchise, his last year of his contract. So I don't know how hard he's going to be balling out there. He may be trying to preserve himself for his next team.
Yeah.
So I had several takeaways. The first one, Najee looked good, but one thing I did notice, he's not good in pass rush, like
Mhm,
defending the rush.
right?
He was kind of
Mhm.
getting rolled over a lot.
That's
I don't
that
know.
undersized.
Yeah, so I don't know how much he'll be on the field. Like if they in passing situations, they may take him out. But
Right.
we'll see how much that plays in the season. But I did notice he got rolled over a few times in pass rush.
Wow,
Uh,
that's interesting.
Who did they put in? Who they put in as the pass blocking back?
They don't really have one.
Yeah, because it's
Anthony McFarlane is undersized.
and then Snell.
Snell,
Snell play?
Yeah, I don't think they really have one.
I don't think they have one. So I mean, for that reason, I saw that too. But for that reason, I don't think that's a concern. Just because they don't really. He's technically their biggest back as well.
Yeah,
So he either got to figure it out. But we know that the Steelers run. They like a running back that they don't have to take off of the field.
They do.
That's how they run their offense.
Yeah, true bell cow.
I don't think it's going to be necessarily a concern for his play time. He's still a rookie, still needs to learn, and the pass blocking is one of the more difficult parts of the running back NFL scheme. When learning the running back position, so I think we just got to give him some time to grow into it. But Najee is gonna. They're not gonna. I don't think he's gonna be off of the field too often.
And
That's
if
why
you
I
want,
think-
no, and I mean especially if they don't have any other option
Yeah.
for pass blocking. So
But on the Dallas side of the ball, I didn't notice anything, to be honest. Any
nothing spectacular, bro.
I mean,
I did-
yeah.
I did notice something for like this more for deeper leagues, but their tight end McKeon, whatever he named, I think that's his name, Sean McKeon. He had a couple of good catches. So, and especially in a league like where ain't no tight ends on our waiver,
Yeah.
in our super flex league,
Okay.
a tight end like him you probably could watch.
Okay.
To
And
pick
tight
up.
ends, tight ends got to bake a few years too. You could have a gem sitting on you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, they have so much. I mean, I
he was the
noticed.
only I noticed.
Yeah. Schultz. Well, Jarwin didn't even make the trip. So, Schultz was the starter there. So, I mean, I don't think there's too much to take. I mean, and all in all, there's really, you really cannot put too much stock in this game in any event.
No.
I think you try to do a little bit just because finally some new football on the screen, but you can't really take too much from the Hall of Fame game. These guys are protecting, and really the game is about seeing what you got in your
That's true.
second team and rookies and all
Seeing
that.
the cut.
See who's
Yeah.
gonna make the cut.
I was just glad it wasn't highlights anymore, bro. So yeah, grateful for
Yeah,
that.
I mean, it is what it is. One thing it did show me is why I'm happy we don't have kickers on our teams. Because good God, the kicking in that game was horrendous.
That was a
Listen.
great punt. You remember that's a great punt. They
Oh
usually
yeah,
have
inside the
one-
five,
on the
bro.
one. Yeah, that was a good
Mhm.
one.
For the rookie, yeah, he
Yeah.
making some money from that.
Exactly.
you
Chiefs. Let's get
gotta
into this.
get it. That's just remember. Fantasy is more fun without kickers.
Hey, This
Always.
shows how starved we are for football. I'm looking at the punt.
It's an awesome punt, man.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Mock time.
Let's get into this mock draft. We have a 12-team PPR redraft mock draft loaded up here into sleeper,
Yep, our favorite.
which is in my opinion my favorite place to do fantasy football.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any place else?
Sleeper, give us a call. We are, very willing to hear your pitch for the sponsorship. You know,
We'll do
we
anything for
we,
you.
we working with you.
Yeah.
But we are everyone in the draft lobby now, so we're gonna go ahead and randomize and see where we land.
Come on.
Good luck to all except Mikey, Sherlin, and Xander.
Sick.
All right.
Let's see where I land. Whoa,
All right.
Oh,
Okay.
What are they?
oh,
What?
oh, come on.
Fifth.
Ah, boy.
Okay.
All right. Well, what you mean? Oh, come on.
I don't like being
At the-
above.
at the- They sound like Saquon again, boy.
So, we got Xander at 3, Sherlin at 5, and Mikey at 8, and I am at 10. And I guess that's what I get for wishing bad luck upon y'all.
Yep, you do.
Kobe. That's right.
There's an awkward spot, but you got to take it.
You gotta take it, unfortunately.
I
Let me
prefer
make
to be-
sure.
I prefer to be in the 1 to 11 or 12. I like being at the turns.
The turns.
Oh yeah.
I had my first
Mm,
opportunity playing in the turns, and it was fun. I won't lie.
yeah, the middle positions are always weird, but I was also given another point of view the other day when talking to someone. They actually like being in the middle because they are able to catch the trends, as they said, when you see a certain amount of players from a position going,
Right.
in the middle, you are better able to kind of catch that and still get a good player from that current trend. When you're on the ends, you have to reach. You have to reach for that player that you want.
All right.
And so definitely changes your draft position. I mean, your draft strategy based on the position you're drafting from.
Feel like
Gems.
I feel that's a recipe for a perfect Dallas Cowboy season 8-8.
Ah.
Not too good, not too bad, but you can
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
See Theo dropping gems, boy. I could be watching you. I glad I get to see this from behind the scenes. So now
Man.
I know how to approach my next trade question.
No
Oh
problem.
boy. Oh Lord. Oh, that's what it's all about, right?
It's
Mike?
all about the
it's all
trades,
about
man.
trading.
We can trade ourselves for the championship. That's what we doing.
Oh, man.
Okay, but that's what you're supposed to do.
That's what we doing.
All right, so let's get into it. Let's begin this draft and see how it plays out.
Let's run it.
Ooh,
Whoa.
okay.
Oh,
Well,
Whoa.
they
Wow.
took Saquon away from you, Glenn. You don't have to
That-
make that
Whoa.
yeah.
That was shocking.
decision.
Wow. Okay.
101.
All right. So maybe this
mean-
is like the bot that is like, okay, they are really trying to mock like these, because you have some leagues where Christian McCaffrey is not going to go first.
Boy.
It's going to happen.
On Earth?
It's going to happen.
I mean,
I don't mind seeing a different kind of thing play out.
Wow.
I mean, they made this easier for me, but okay.
Yeah, CMC at the
is
3.
Is there another choice to make there? I don't think so.
There's no way I
No, this is
pass on him.
wow. That's crazy for me. Okay, I could.
Well, we know where you going. Don't even pretend.
Yeah.
I mean, he
A little
right
bit of a
behind
juke.
you.
I hate to be Captain Obvious, but yeah, that's who I about to
Yeah,
take because
Come on. That's you don't miss him if you don't have a chance.
No, I gotta take him because I can't take a wide receiver in the first 5. I just can't.
I mean, you still have
Yeah.
Zeke. You still have Zeke sitting there. You don't want Zeke.
What do you guys think about that? I can't take a wide receiver in the first 5. What about
No. See, the issue about it is, these running backs get dried up so quickly.
right?
For me, you have to, if you don't take a running back within those first set of picks, and Mikey, you are on the clock, just a reminder. If you don't take a running back, you end up just feeling like as though you've missed out.
Yeah.
When the time it comes
I
around.
didn't even realize that I had that philosophy until just now. Like, I don't care how great your season was last year as a wide receiver. I can't take you in the top 5. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Especially for redraft.
We only on pick 10, and honestly, all the running backs that I would take in the first round are gone.
Exactly. And that's where I'm at right now. Sitting and where I am at is actually where it begins, where I start to actually consider these other positions because the running backs now are to me are all of the same tier.
Yeah. And back to
Yep.
that point,
Um
the team behind me took Jonathan Taylor, who if Henry wasn't there, I would have been forced to take him and I would have not have felt good about it.
So what do you think about
Oh,
the
wow.
situation with their line and stuff though? Like you still
That's
think it?
what's scary.
Yeah.
Quentin Nelson, I think that's the guard, the center. Yeah, Quentin Nelson, I think he's gone for the first 5 weeks. That's a little scary. And
yeah,
then they
there's
don't
definitely
and they
go
don't have a
ahead.
real quarterback on paper as yet.
Yeah,
Mhm.
they seem to be having a injury bug go around.
Yeah.
So
So as we get back,
yeah, when we
so I decided to take Travis Kelce there, gamble that a running back that I wanted was going to make it back, and I look at that and two wide receivers, a quarterback, and only one running back went into my next pick. So the gamble paid off, and
You're
that
going
this
with
is
your
where I
boy.
feel comfortable taking Kelce. This is where I would say I want to, because like I just said, you can take that gamble, still get
Oh, yeah,
the
yeah,
best
yeah.
player at a position, and
Mm.
come back around and still grab a top running back.
I know you were gonna get Jones. I know it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna let him fall. But I was considering them in the first round, honestly.
Boy, I think that I am going to do something a little unorthodox right now.
This is what mock
go
drafting
ahead.
is.
That's what just
Um,
go off the wall. Let's see how it works out.
yeah. So what I'll do is, from a volume standpoint, I'll go with Rid as my two, just for volume.
Okay,
Okay.
I don't hate it. I don't hate
I
it.
don't hate it either.
We
I
love
think
Calvin Ridley here.
definitely.
Nice. I know this place felt amazing.
And now I feel like I'm recreating one of my teams that I already have. I gotta take him here. And it's Metcalf.
Wait, oh man,
Oh, it's all coming around.
he gonna have that same
Putting the
thing.
dynasty team together.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Which is something I hate to do because if I lose with the same team across leagues, I lose everything.
Yeah. I try to do the thing in my different ways. I definitely try to get different players so that I can feel good
At least
every Sunday.
let me be in one
I can have something
championship.
good to feel about.
Let me be in one playoff, at least.
Definitely.
Just gonna go with the best receiver on the board
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
and pulling.
So you're not concerned about the shoulder.
He'll be fine. He's a big boy.
Yeah, he'll figure it out.
I think so too. Honestly, I mean, I know to give our view on that, I agree with that. Honestly, I think by the time season starts, you got to remember this guy is super young.
Yeah.
He's gonna be a little bit more resilient, I believe, and they've been talking about this injury as though it's a more of a day-to-day thing than a week-to-week.
Yeah,
So-
I mean he didn't get surgery, so
Yeah,
I
I
feel
think
like
he'd be
he did.
fine, but also I think if your league is buying into that, you might be able to get him at even better value.
That's true.
Oh, I'm on the clock again. I
So I could
almost
easily see him going as one of the first wide receivers off the board in some leagues.
talked myself right out of my next pick.
Definitely keep an eye on that clock.
So I
That
was
clock is ticking.
I did the same thing Theo did, where I was going to take this player, but I was like, I on the turn. Chances are he'll make it back to me, and he did. So I'm going to go with CEH.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
that's a nice pair right there.
Okay.
I like that. McCaffrey. See, and this is like I said last show, I believe. This is how I love to get CEH. Love to get him as my second running back.
Yep.
Round 2 or 3. Oh, that's beautiful right there.
Yeah, that's a great.
Because that is
foundation.
his floor is set for you. You don't have to worry if he doesn't take off. But if he
Yeah.
does, whew, you got a tough team. Anyone has to go up against.
Sure, and you're on the clock, boy. Sweat beats Foreman.
Mm-hmm.
You want me to look at your other team, tell you to pick next?
That would be helpful. Wow. Who I take? Wow.
It's good. What you do right now is
Mhm.
gonna ripple into
Already we've hit that zone.
I'm gonna take a risk.
The danger zone.
It's a mock job, so I can take this risk.
I can get sniped.
I'm gonna buy the injury depth. Oh man, let me say Michael Thomas, but no, I can't take him as my third because he's supposed to be out of some considerable time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
5 weeks.
yeah, he's
No, I can't take him there.
Taking him right now is a huge risk.
yeah, it's
I
huge
gotta take
risk.
Mr. Consistent Terry
Oh,
McLaurin.
there he goes. Well, you traded him, so
Ooh.
technically not your dynasty team, but still,
I had
I'm
one
gonna say
at one
still your
time.
dynasty team because
At
you
one
had
point,
him.
yeah.
So we're in a weird spot right now where running backs are starting to dry up.
Yep.
Yep.
I see a wide receiver that I like. Yeah. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go PPR. I'm going A-Rob.
Okay.
I'll go A-Rob.
Okay. All right.
Are you gonna see if this?
And guys, I'm stressing the importance of mock drafting because if you don't see it on my face, I'm in full tilt mode. I don't know what to do right now.
It happens sometimes.
I really
Sometimes
don't
you're
know
like,
what to do.
bro, what am I doing with my team? Where am I going next?
I scrolling right now. Like, boy, I hoping for a miracle.
Yeah. So see, this is the interesting part. When you take a someone like Travis Kelce in the beginning, you always end up at this point where it's a risky pick, right? And so you want to make sure the rest of your picks are a little bit more kind of concrete, set in stone. And so I'm looking at these running backs available to me, and I'm like, not feeling wonderful about any particular one right now. But at the same time, wide receivers, not actually too sure about either. But you know what? I'm gonna go with the guy that I've been talking about. Y'all know I love me some David Montgomery.
I knew it. I knew it.
I love me
I
some
knew
David
it.
Montgomery.
I knew it.
And I was willing to let that ride because I knew there was a few wide receivers here that I would be comfortable with going and going with.
Wow.
And as we go along here, I'm back on the turn again, and I could decide that I was just gonna kind of stock up on. You know what? I think this is a draft about seeing how things play out. I'm gonna see how things play out right now. This guy I have not drafted in any mock drafts yet. Because I'm not sure, everyone seems to be a little bit more sure than me about what's gonna happen in this offense.
I think I know where this going.
You guys snipe me.
I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna take Travis Etienne.
The hype is certainly there around him.
The hype is there. I have not necessarily bought into it, this position, but they did draft him in the first round.
Yeah.
The hype train is full steam ahead on.
But guess what? At first, I wasn't buying into the hype, but if the hype is at least halfway real, he's a high floor because he will be getting some receptions, and you can live off of that receptions and a few carries, 10 to 12 carries. That's a high floor. Like Austin Eckler light.
I'm in a horrible spot right now. What I can do is I can swing for the fences. Oh my goodness. Okay.
So feel worse for Robinson.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Hits.
I go home run.
There's something I talked about last episode. My guy fell to me, and it's Chris Carson in the 4th round. I feel awesome about this.
I know there's no way he was letting Chris Carson slide.
It's another dynasty boy. Man.
No, I don't have him on my dynasty team, but Chris Carson in the 4th. Oh, I love it.
Oh, the deviation from the dynasty team. What's happening?
Hey.
It's funny though.
Do some things to get Chris Carson, but I don't know.
I will say Mikey's the first sniper of the day.
Yeah.
I was looking at taking that chance on Pitts to see how the rest of the draft fall out, but that is gone. So now, looking at my board, I have to take my boy.
Okay.
Chase.
I love me some
DJ Moore.
I love me some DJ Moore.
That is your boy. Boy, our loves are really shining this morning.
Yeah.
That's my boy.
This-
Oh, now I have my first conundrum because now I can take Mark Andrews here, which is great to get him in the fifth,
Yeah.
or I could go ahead and take CeeDee Lamb here, which would give me another great receiver
Mm.
who been getting some hype.
Boy.
Definitely.
Super.
But of course.
That's
Now behold the lamb.
the only pause I have is whether or not Dak Prescott will be good to go.
Yeah, that injury.
Because if Dak Prescott in there, their QB situation really
Yeah.
scares me a bit.
Yeah, definitely something to think about. And that's straight through the Cowboys wide receivers and positions.
Last year, I was surprised. I saw his stats. He still had 900 and something yards last year,
Yeah,
Who Lamb? Even with
even with DiNucci
Andy Dalton and
Dalton.
yeah. So he may be quarterback
That
proof.
actually gives me confidence. Rookie year, 900 yards.
Was Amari on the field?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Amari was on the field most of the season. He didn't get hurt.
Yeah,
much.
he had injuries, I think, spotty, but it wasn't enough to
Exactly.
factor in those numbers being skewed.
Hmm.
Boy, Glenn,
all right. I think
Boy.
my time running low. I just can go Lamb here.
All right.
That's a great pick.
yeah, because if you didn't take him, if he fell to me, I was definitely gonna take him.
Listen,
this
I
time.
knew he wasn't gonna make it back to me. That's the only thing I care about. So I was like, you know what?
Oh my goodness! Listen, the computer got me sweating because the running backs are pretty much
Oh yeah, they got it.
gone.
And this is
Now the same
Yeah.
conundrum. Sander had. Should I take a great tight end now, or should I put my hope in a breakout tight end later on?
What do you tell the viewers in a spot like this when it's on the line? What do? You go for
Yeah.
upside?
I already have 2 running backs. I have 2 wide receivers. Let's see
Yep.
who's left on the board.
already building your team, and so this is the point right now. This is the point in the drafts now where you start to shape out and carve out, like, okay, what is your draft strategy really starts to take form based on the players that you've already drafted.
Yeah, I've got
So are
know what?
are you looking to shore up positions, or are you just gonna start throwing those Hail Marys?
I'm gonna take a Hail Mary. I'm gonna get Mark Andrews because I have consistency with Terry McLaurin, I feel.
Not bad.
And so I'm gonna take Mr. Marky Mark.
It's a powerhouse team you're building right there. Oh my goodness.
Thank you.
Oh, and I sigh. Okay, so I have 2 PPR monsters in Calvin and Allen. We got yet to see what Kyle is going to do. I got Ezekiel Elliott, who seems to be poised for a breakout year. My running
Which
back,
reporter?
a bunch of them. I guess they all coming out of Dallas. But boy,
So, man, we gotta stop the Zeke hate, man. Zeke
I
still
see.
is in the position to be the number 1 overall running back. Absolutely
Yes,
is.
Seriously?
I still coming off the Zeke burn from last year. So
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
you hurt. You were hurt, man, right
Yo,
now.
that's
So
strong words, number 1 overall running back.
why can't he? Tell me why he can't.
Because he hasn't been even 2 years ago. He wasn't a number 1 overall.
that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just, boy, I can pray. I can pray right now, and I'm gonna take Ayuk.
Oh man, sniper,
nice.
sniper.
Yeah, I'll see you earlier.
Nice.
Uh,
I actually love Ayuk.
and see, and now I'm feeling the choices I've made now early. Because I have not yet drafted a wide receiver. I decided to take a risk and try and get as much running backs as I could,
Wow.
and pass on wide receiver. And they always say, about wide receiver, you can wait on a little bit, just because there's a little bit more of value in the later rounds for wide receivers. But as we look at this now, I'm looking to get my first wide receiver at this position. And this is, generally speaking, I would not want to be here. But hey, we're doing this for the people. We're doing this for the people. And so if I'm going to take my number 1 wide receiver here, who do I feel comfortable with?
I think I know who, and this is spicy.
I hope it ain't who we was
It's-
talking about
it's-
earlier.
Is it a rookie? Is it a rookie?
No.
That's who we was talking about
See,
earlier.
for my first wide receiver, I gotta take. To me, I have to take someone that has a little bit more. That has a little bit more surety, but I mean, both of the guys that I'm looking at right now are pretty similar in my eyes. But I'm gonna go ahead and take
I knew it.
take this guy.
Deontay Johnson.
I knew it. Now I feel about to get sniped.
I'll take Deontay. And I got to come here and make a decision again. And I also didn't take this guy because I figured he would just ride around, which he did. I feel pretty good about this guy as well. He had a great rookie season.
That's my dog.
Higgins. Yeah, that is your dog, Mikey.
That's
So
my dog.
I'll go ahead and take Higgins at the same time too, and believe that these things we're hearing out of the camp of the Bengals aren't true.
And what is it about
Burrow has not been getting great reviews.
Yeah, they say Burrow ain't looking good so far.
Interesting.
Oh boy. Now I'm stuck. Because it's like I could go for my RB2, but the options out there ain't nice.
No.
Oh man. And I was gonna go Mike Davis because I was thinking about volume, but now they got somebody else coming back in camp. You know what? This is a dart throw. No, I won't dart throw right now. What I will do is I will go and I'll swing for the fences again. I'm gonna zig when everybody's zagging, and I'm gonna take my boy off the board. I think that's the first QB.
Oh, you stinking sniper.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
That's
a power move,
That's then two you snipe from me. I watching you good, Mikey.
I'm sorry.
I think that's a power move.
I think you put me in this position though, because you need to leave a running back for me. Send one. Just send one.
But Mikey, I think you just did something that our listeners need to definitely keep in mind. We always talk about drafting quarterbacks later, but at the same time, you have to watch how your draft is moving and make sure you're making the best pick at the position that you have. If you're looking at running backs and wide receivers and you're not thrilled by what you see, peek over in quarterbacks and see what's going on. Yep. Sometimes there can be a guy that has slipped that, could be great value for you, especially. And this is, I think, that perfect position where you made the right choice right here. In my opinion, Justin Herbert here, I think is great considering what your team has right now. You already have, I think, Zeke, you have a good baseline in running back. So you can, even if you're running their next running back isn't the greatest. I think you'll be all right with getting Herbert here. Gives you great position.
That was a good pick. Because if you didn't take Herbert and he came to me, I was definitely going to take him.
Yeah.
There you go. So he wasn't going to. He wasn't going to make it back.
And then there's always trades. We could always. There's always trades, man.
Keep in mind, you ain't trading nothing. You drafting right now.
Yeah. But I guess I kind of keep in that mindset, like looking at this as if this were an actual team. Like if this was a team of mine,
makes sense.
I could look at somebody like who is it? I think it was the team 2 with 3 running backs. Like they started off there. Theo is somebody I could come check.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
You got 8 seconds. Oh my goodness.
Oh man.
Just
man. Oh, Melvin Gordon.
Oh.
Whoa. Okay. And you passed on your boy and he went right after.
Wow.
How you feel about that, bro?
I thought
he
about,
went
I thought
right
about
after.
Dak. I thought about getting Dak, but I have a little bit of concern about him this year, actually.
Oh.
When you go Melvin.
You're the love of your life?
Yeah, I have a little bit of concern. I think he may get off to a late start. I think he's going to be better later on in the season, but he still needs some time, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I chose Melvin. It's not my favorite pick, but it's a little bit of depth on my team. And I did not see a wide receiver that I would love to take at this time, honestly.
Okay.
Odell.
Yeah, what do you think about this, the Javonte Melvin battle going on right now? How long do you think Melvin's going to have a role throughout the whole season?
No, I think he's going to have a role for maybe the first half, and then Javonte will take over later. But I don't want to call my hand and tell you if I could get Devontae later in this draft, and I won't get him. I will.
Javante,
Yeah.
he's
He
gone,
gone.
man.
Oh, snap.
Look, 2 picks before you.
He gone.
Later.
I was kind of like, man, you tilted and went Melvin.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's a full tilt. You saw it on tape. That's a full tilt.
Listen, this is why you mock draft, though. This is the perfect opportunity. This is how you prepare yourself for the tilt.
Yeah. That's a full tilt.
As we see Xander also going down to the wire here on tilt.
Bruh, it is. It
Guys,
is.
you
Bro.
can't keep using up all this time.
I don't know where to go here. I'm complete. All right. Let me just. I can go to OBJ.
Oh, now that's a worse
Old
tilt than
faithful.
mine.
Old faithful.
Oh man, and yeah,
I
you see
felt I felt okay going that way because I already have 3 good running back. I mean wide receivers, so I could take that risk on OBJ. I feel like he could have a bounce back season.
It's
Sure,
possible.
Sure.
He could.
It's possible. Listen,
And
you have to
he-
leave it out as a possibility.
He's never
Is it
burned me, so I don't
plausible?
feel too bad drafting him. He's never burned me. I never
Shout
had him
out
to get
OBJ.
I was
burned.
gonna say because probably because you never had him.
I mean, I had him 1 season. He was good that season, but he never
Yeah,
burned.
I actually had him the good season too, but I haven't had him since either.
Oh, boy.
All right. Jeez.
All right, coming back around.
Now in another position, I'm like, bro, where do I go here? 'Cause I already have 4 wide receivers. Do I want to take another wide receiver here? I mean, Noah Fant is sitting there. It's not gonna get any prettier for tight ends. So maybe I just pull the trigger on that. It's also Aaron Rodgers sitting right there. I could wait on QB again, but I mean, I think Rodgers is the last of this tier.
Tick tock.
Boy,
And what
Yeah.
you do is gonna echo.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, see, and this is where the structure comes into play, right? You were thinking about, okay, what did we do earlier, and how do we try to mitigate as much risk as possible
Yeah,
coming
I
down to
mean-
these later rounds.
I think I'm definitely decided on going between a tight end and a QB here because I'm good on wide receiver. I'm good on running back.
Running back.
Mm-hmm.
You're not good on time.
Certainly not.
This guy.
All right, I'm just gonna go Rodgers here.
Oh, he did it. Oh, isn't that a lovely sound?
Yo,
This is the sound that you want to make your league mates have, by the way. Just listen to it. Listen to the pain.
Oh my
Drink it
God.
in.
After
It's lovely.
that tilt, I needed like a good pick after that to make me feel better, and you took it away from me. Thanks.
You're welcome, bro.
you see, he tried that Zen Jedi mind trick when he said he ain't good on time.
Yeah.
He clutched it out, though.
I
He
didn't
clutched it
realize
out.
Raheem Mostert was going to be my backup pick, and that's gone now too.
Man,
Oh my
it
goodness.
comes in spurts.
I'm
Guys,
preparing
I
for this
have-
right now.
Yeah, listen.
Wow. And I have, you know what? I have Metcalf and McLaurin as receivers.
I mean, you have some quality receivers sitting there right now,
And
especially as your wide receiver 3. You got some good picks.
I'm going to take a risk, guys. I'm going to take the rookie, Jalen Waddle. And
Not
yeah,
bad.
as my flex, I could give him
Listen,
time to bake.
Yeah, I think it's a great pick, and I think Waddle has been dropping in drafts.
Yeah.
After all of the hype of the draft season, after all of the Tyreek Hill comparisons,
Yep.
you know, it's crazy out to see now that we've gotten into like draft season, and Waddle is falling into the 10th round. I'm seeing in some places,
Yeah.
and it's like, man, this guy is still talented.
Very
You
good.
know, and he is going to be targeted in this offense, first round pick.
Yeah. Like I said,
You know?
I could give him, he's a rookie, I could give him time to bake. If he
Mhm.
activates his superpowers by game 8 or game 9, I'll be happy for that.
I looking at your roster very closely, and I interested to see how all that comes out because you definitely appease into the people that tend to go later on quarterbacks, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. I mean, because you got a solid foundation.
Right. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's So not to call my
Hmm.
hand, but I probably need to now look at a quarterback.
I see you and Judy.
Yeah,
Might be-
yeah. Taking Judy to flesh out the um other spots. I have somebody in my queue. I don't know if they're gonna make it to me, but we'll see.
There are a lot of players I like on Denver's team, but their quarterbacks just give me so much pause.
Oh, I just get a dagger in the chest. So I was looking at Rojo. Oh man.
Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, so I'm coming back around. You know, my pick here was Robbie Anderson at the 7-10. And I think this is the part of the draft where the strategy that I took starts to really benefit, because now I'm able to I feel so able to focus on a certain position because I went running back heavy early. I really don't feel those same concerns of needing to shore up that position anymore,
And
just
you know what,
because
Theo?
I'm at a place now where I can draft a bunch of reliable, good wide receivers. Maybe not the greatest, but good wide receivers that are going to have their target share. Go ahead, Trillin.
I love these receivers that you got late because they are the PPR guys. Like I really love them.
And they also the guys on my roster, so let's go.
So, all right. So, where are you looking to go now?
So, like I said, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm definitely not, that tight end is wrapped up. Feeling much better at wide receiver than I did earlier, though I could still go ahead and continue to shore that position up. But I'm definitely thinking wide receiver or quarterback here.
Okay.
And you know what? I think looking at what's left, looking at what's available, and what I think is gonna get back to me.
Do it.
I may just have to go ahead and take this guy here. I know Mikey is gonna love it.
Yes, sir. Let's go. Let's
But
go.
I'm gonna go ahead and take Brady here. I think he's set up for a great, amazing fantasy season right now. I mean, of the offensive pieces on that team, Brady is the one I love the most. Mike Evans, all those. I don't know what's gonna happen, but
I mean,
Brady's getting all those guys the ball.
like we've been saying, Brady is going to be the beneficiary of all the fantasy points, because while we don't know which receiver is going to go off which week,
Yeah.
we know which quarterback throwing the ball every week.
Mm-hmm.
And guys, let's just make this quick. This is someone I take very late all the time because he's always there and he always outperforms ADP. It's Ryan Tannehill. You guys are going to make some noise, but hey, I'm going to take him.
I'm not gonna make any noise at all, man. I think it's a great pick at this position.
I am surprised you overlooked your boy.
I didn't realize he was still available.
I didn't know he was there either. I
Has
probably
your-
would have taken him too.
Has your tone changed?
No, this only because this is a mock.
Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
he doesn't usually get this late in our drafts when you're in it.
No, definitely not.
But no, I think Tannehill is a great pick around these rounds. I wouldn't even mind him in the 7th, to be completely
You
honest.
see what I'm saying?
Tannehill, he's Julio's there now. AJ Brown is there. This is a running team, but also Tannehill is known to run himself and take it into the end zone.
So reliable.
Yeah, very reliable guy, man. This offensive scheme is already set in stone. Not a whole lot is changing.
Boy, we getting into the weeds right now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I went with your boy.
Oh yeah. To talk a little bit about Mr. Carter.
Yeah, just looking at volume, and then after shoring up the wide receiver position with Ridley, Robinson, Ayuk, and Judy, it's like, okay, Carter looks like he's going to be the guy down there. They have an improved offensive line. I hate the Jets, but let's go, Carter.
Yeah, I mean, he has been getting a lot of coverage and hype.
Yeah, it's funny that him and I think these are the two guys that went back to back. Carter and Damian Harris are kind of the forgotten guys that you want to make sure and keep your eye on in drafts, because these are the number one running backs on their team potentially. And Damian Harris definitely, and Michael Carter, even if he doesn't start off to be the one, I really do believe he's going to be the one eventually. But you want to keep your eye on these guys because, starting running backs, I don't think they exist anymore.
No.
At this part of the draft, I really don't.
Oh,
oh man. And as I say that, Cassandra proves me wrong.
My chest. I'm sorry.
That is a good pick. I
with
didn't even know.
David Johnson. Yeah, definitely.
Oh, I was looking at
Yeah,
him.
I mean,
Great
we've been talking about David Johnson a few times on the show.
Hmm.
He's pretty much the guy there in
He is.
Houston, and they don't really have much else going on offense. So
He passed the 10
stands
finger
to
10 toe
reason
test.
exactly he's going to get a lot of the touches over there. So I couldn't let I was looking at Trey Sermon, but I'm like, I think David Johnson's going to have more of a workload than Trey Sermon this year.
Yeah, from game one. Yeah.
Agreed.
And honestly, guys, despite the tilt, I like my team so far.
You know what? I started to tilt a little bit myself in the beginning, but you know, I'm feeling I'm getting into the groove now.
Yeah.
Getting into the groove now. I'm feeling it.
She rounding out. I like this team. I like this team.
I am in a tough position because I feel like I may have to reach on my next pick.
I think I
We
see
have a lot
what's.
of picks left, you know, guys.
We do. All right, let's speed this up. I'm gonna go with and
Just
Will
do-
Fuller. He out for a game, but you know,
That's just one more day to take another PED.
Yeah, it's not a bad pick. You know,
Yeah,
Will Fuller.
one more
definitely-
Flintstone vitamin won't do you bad.
So Will Fuller has been talented when he's been on the field. You know, I mean, he's been very fantasy relevant. The problem has just been the injuries.
yeah, just
Okay,
staying on the
guys,
field.
and because this is a mock, I can take a risk that I probably wouldn't take in real life, but I think Zach Moss is going to be the lead running back on the Buffalo Bills, which
Mikey.
what happened? Which
Just put me out of my misery, man.
they didn't have a proven running game last year, but suppose they rely more heavily on the run this year. I'm gonna take him.
Yo, I can't.
Tilt alert!
Tilt alert.
Tilt alert!
Okay,
Tilt
so
world.
that was definitely gonna be my next pick.
good.
I have somebody else queued up. Do I want to do it here? I will. And honestly, I think some of my strategies are a bit offensive. So I look at the people in front of me and try to see what it is that they need.
Good point.
So now that's you getting into the mind of my trading habits.
Let me
Anyway, no, I'll zig. I'll just go Bateman for the upside. I go Bateman for the upside.
Wow.
Definitely was on my queue. Someone that I was considering. But you know, once again, you know, he was a part of a tier for me, and that tier is still quite strong.
Yeah.
For me at this position, you know, I still want to continue to shore up my wide receivers. Considering my RB start, I am starting to think about maybe getting one more RB to just give me that. And you know what? I'm looking at something right now, and I think I need to address this. Address this before I get bitten. I think I'm gonna go ahead and take Dylan. I'm gonna take Dylan here, considering that I had Aaron Jones, you know, early here. I want to make sure, handcuff Aaron Jones, and also get myself someone that I feel good about. And considering I already have two other running backs that I'm feeling strong about. I don't feel the necessarily, after picking him, I don't necessarily feel the need to go ahead and shore up that position anymore. So I can focus on the wide receiver that I was going to take before then. And that's Curtis Samuel.
Sniper, no sniping. Boy. Okay.
Curtis Samuel, you know, I think he's on the COVID protocol right now, I guess, which is not a big deal.
Yeah.
And he's definitely, they wanted him. You know, the Washington football team went out and got him.
Yeah.
And I believe he's going to be in for definitely a good workload.
Well, guys, I'm in the upside business as well at this point, and I think I'm going to hurt these guys right now with this pick. You ready? Let me make sure I can see your faces.
Yeah.
Let me make
Here
sure I
we
can see your
go.
faces.
Here we.
Oh, you.
He definitely was in my queue.
I listen. I considered him. I considered him where I went. But I it's not hurting me because I knew he wouldn't make it back. But I definitely considered him at my pick.
Yeah.
Guys, that felt good. Just letting you know, it felt good.
I got two more people that I know probably they ain't gonna make it.
I
They-
saw that, Glenn.
He wasn't even in my queue. He was ready to be drafted just now.
You already had the muscle memory on your finger ready.
Dang it. Why
Yeah.
would you do something like that?
I
His
mean,
draft cap was ready.
you could always send somebody for a trade, you know?
Hey,
You know what I'm saying?
listen, this my boy. That's why we do what we
That's
does.
why we do what we do. You could always send a trade, man.
All right. So
Boy, I feel good about that pick. Let me see who he was in the 10th. Woo.
Elijah.
Yeah,
Laquette.
man, Moore's been definitely tearing up training camp. You know, I don't know if we've been hearing about anyone more from the Jets camp.
Then
Hey,
more.
like the bun more.
listen,
huh?
I've been getting consistent badgering because someone really trying to get more for me.
Oh,
So-
oh yeah.
Someone.
Is it me?
No, not
No, it ain't Mikey. It ain't
Okay,
Mikey.
all right. It's usually
That's
to be
fine.
fair, the answer to that question is usually
It could be
It
if
is.
you answer my WhatsApp. It could
What was
be.
up?
It could be.
You tell me check, and I ain't see no message from you.
Oh, I'll formulate one after
you
this.
thought out the message.
Yeah, I did.
All right, so I got 18 seconds. Okay, it seems like I'm going to be opening a injury ward on my team. I'm going to take Mike Williams here.
Hey,
Definitely.
I took that personally.
I
bad.
I took that personally. We got Jordan in the draft now.
That's not bad.
Oh, I
I
back
can
my
take a
pick
risk on Mike
again.
Williams at this round.
Yeah.
Glenn, don't do it.
I like the pick. You know, I think Williams is definitely possibly in for, if he can stay on the field, man, I think he's in for a possible great season.
Where I'm going, I highly doubt I sniping anybody right now.
He can do it.
I highly doubt I sniping you right now.
Oh, I mean,
I highly doubt I sniping you.
All right, now.
yeah, no,
Phew.
definitely.
That ain't even hurt.
Yeah, I just looking at the tight end landscape and they're like, boy, getting real murky. So let me just take the best on the board and
Right. Oh, it's my
John, they took John already?
no, John is still out there.
It's another
Mhm.
upside pick for me is another rookie who I think he's going to get a role, at least a third on the field, and he could be excellent. And it's Terrace Marshall.
Okay.
But just
Okay.
I'm glad that I heard somebody.
no, you didn't snipe me. It was TM6. I was waiting on Naheem Hines. But I will go with my second option, Tony Pollard.
Okay.
Okay.
And in that same vein, I was hoping that
I got Zeke.
this guy fell to me because this team loves him. They definitely want to run quarterback by committee. Running back by committee
I was
there.
gonna say, what team is that?
Yeah, that's what they ran last year. But you know, I think he's gonna get his fair share of reps and definitely gonna have his upside, especially if Mr. Dobbins goes down. So I'm happy to take Gus Edwards here and see what happens.
Down goes Dobbins.
Okay, we saw Matt Ryan, Baker Mayfield, Hardman, and Aguilar. Aguilar was definitely someone I was looking at with my second pick. So now I have to scramble just a little bit and see what I need to get.
We in the shallow end of the pool right now.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Definitely in the shallow end of the pool. You know, once again, grabbing Kelsey early. You know, I'm definitely not going to take another tight end. Probably not in the draft.
Yeah, you don't need it.
It's because why do it, especially when I take that much risk? I need to use this time to grab as much valuable guys that are going to be on the field as I can. Right now, I'm definitely thinking about just sticking in the wide receiver
We can do it.
Whoever has the most value right now and wide receivers right now is going to be on the field. And this guy, he's going to have all the chance in the world to succeed.
Whew.
So I'm going to take Russell Gage here.
This is who I thought you were going to take. This dude for the same reason. For the same reasons. Like who else they can throw the ball to?
Definitely someone worth considering as well.
Okay, I'll make this.
It's a lot, Theo.
This is a long shot, but I see Miles Sanders is walking on a very, very tight rope, and I'm going to get who I think could be his backup, but who also can have a role for third down. He's a pass catching back, Kenny Gainwell.
Any gains?
Oh, Team 4, Team 4 just.
Beep. I gotta find that sound effect.
Oh, these snipers. They on the roof and they killing.
Straight.
Oh boy.
Yeah, Team 4 is
Guys,
interesting.
how important do you think it is to have a backup quarterback in a redraft league?
It's definitely something we need to talk about. In a redraft league, it's definitely not as important. But it definitely depends on your league. This is a question that depends on your league. And Xander and I know in our league of record,
we got fellas
quarterbacks unevenly skewed. Like these guys were taking 2 quarterbacks in the 3rd and 4th rounds. Like it got to the point now. Yeah, we had to move up our quarterback where we drafted quarterbacks because these guys are taking 3. A few teams were taking 3, and so you have to make sure and know what your league does and draft accordingly.
Jeez. If you know fellas rostering like 3 quarterbacks, you got to make sure get at least 2.
Yeah,
if everyone rostering,
this is why I zag when people zig. If they taking 3 quarterbacks, that means there's plenty other wide receivers and running.
I was just thinking the same thing.
No, that's a good point as well.
I agree with that.
I am not.
I just mean you have to be aware that if you only take 1 quarterback during the draft, oh geez, my time going. Look how you got me rambling. What a sexual, and you do this to me again. Oh boy.
I think that's a perfect opportunity to take. I'll take my chance.
Yeah, you go ahead and think.
If guys take 2 or 3, I'll take 1 and I'll load up on.
Oh, this is nasty. Yeah. Oh my goodness, where am I going?
Oh boy! Oh, time!
We got the first
auto. You're on auto. You're on auto. Oh!
I auto dropped twice.
You gotta take yourself off of auto.
Got him.
This happened to me last mock draft too.
I mean, listen. Here's the thing. I would probably take Troutman over Henry, if I'm being completely honest. At this draft position, I just don't know what Henry's gonna be in that offense. Think about but Troutman is someone who is, I think, could be Mr. Necessary for this team, because who else is getting the ball?
Guys, I'm gonna take another rookie. Yeah,
I guess. I took Kirk Cousins.
No, I'm not gonna take Tony.
I mean, granted, ain't nothing else really looking good on the board right now.
Yeah, everything is dart throw central.
Yeah, we're in the weeds for sure.
I mean, we could probably end the draft.
I'll just make this quick.
Yeah, no, we're gonna end the draft in I think 2 more rounds.
I'll
2
take
more rounds.
Mr. Des Fitzpatrick.
Oh, you get him this time.
Yeah, I got him. Thanks for taking him.
It looks horrible.
Drafted.
So let me look at my roster. Actually, just throw a dart, and we will go Chuba.
This is usually the point in the draft where I start throwing darts on like rookies.
Right. Right.
Yeah, and really where you should. This is still, don't check out at the end of your drafts here. You still want to make sure that there's still upside on the board if you can find it. There's still guys, there's always guys every year that no one is talking about. And yet the season starts and either they have a target share that we didn't know about, or
win your league.
League winners, James Robinson last year.
Oh, man.
This is what we're looking for. This is what gets you that edge. Not necessarily picking the guys that everyone knows, but finding the value at the end of the drafts that no one is really talking about.
And to explain my last pick with Des Fitzpatrick, as much as I hate to admit, Julio does have an injury bug sometimes. And
He's injured now.
okay,
Really?
right?
Mhm.
And
Sometimes.
I've spoke about the number two wide receiver on the Titans who has a role. And right now, if it isn't Julio, it can be anybody else. So I'm just taking a dart throw with the
Guys, I did not realize I was on the clock just now. FYI.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see. Look at my last picks here. Who is left on this
This should be
board
one of our
right
last picks,
now? Yeah, we're definitely coming down to the end. Coming down to the end of the draft. You know, I'm gonna make a decision here. And I'm gonna go ahead and throw this dart throw on Gabriel Davis.
Oh, I was
That's,
looking at him.
Yes, sir.
A guy that I really like to get at the end of drafts. That builds. Josh Allen proved last year that this builds offense is high powered. There's other mouths to feed other than Stephon Diggs, and Gabriel Davis really showed out at the end of last season. So I'm looking to see that growth, and hopefully he can carve out a little role for himself.
Yeah, that was a great pick.
And the next person I'm gonna go with here is, I'm gonna take another dart throw on Jacoby Myers.
Okay. Given that Michael Thomas news, I'll just rock with this guy and see what shakes.
Theo.
Okay, yeah,
Theo. You
Oh,
don't even like the Patriots. Why are you drafting them?
Listen, it's not about who I like, man. It's about the value.
Guys, keep it short. Another dark
Oh my
highly
goodness.
touted rookie tight end, Pat Fryermuth.
I love the pronunciation on that on the first try because I just call him Frymouth. So way to go, boy.
Whatever comes out. That's
Yeah, we
final
strive for excellence here.
I see that. I need to adjust
Come on, Theo.
myself.
Hey, man, come on.
So
You
this is
That
our
got
pick was
last
supposed to help me bounce back from them auto picks, man. Because nobody really talking about Myers, and I think he may just be the best receiver on that team.
Whoa,
see
I
him
mean,
now.
I've heard the camp hype.
that
I've
gives me
definitely
confidence. I have him as a doctor in one of my other leagues. Thanks, Sander.
He is very consistent.
Tell me more about him.
Tell me more about my eyes.
What is that? Is that Looney Tunes? Well, wow,
Throwback.
wow.
Retro for you, boy. That's just a shit goes show you all I am.
Wow, I literally, as you said, I heard the voice. Oh man, that took me back.
Can we just end this draft now? Because
Yeah,
My
you can make
boy
it a
is-
last pick.
Nah, make the pick.
My boy is
Make the pick.
reeling right now. Oh,
I thought I had
no.
my pick ready to go, and Theo comes sniping.
Oh my goodness.
All right.
Let's pick Tebow and get it done with.
Pick
no.
Tebow. Yeah, pick your number one tight end. Come on.
Tim Tebow. Let's go.
All right, I can go Jalen Rager here.
That's not a bad pick.
Hopefully he has a bounce back season high on the clock again.
FYI,
Oh,
I would-
We're gonna go ahead and call it right there.
Okay, good. Because I was like, where do I go next?
Jalen Rager's cousin.
that's why kickers exist. Whenever you frazzled, just pick one.
For real.
Boy,
Yeah. Yeah. So I think we had a little bit of there's a little disparity on the bench sizes in this draft. So we're just gonna go ahead and end it.
Yeah.
With the current positions drafted, I think this is generally how most redraft leagues end with this amount of picks.
Yeah.
And so we're gonna call it right here. And let's read off the teams.
All right, let's do it quickly. You first.
Okay. So my quarterback is Tom Brady. Running backs are Aaron Jones, David Montgomery, AJ Dillon, Travis Etienne, and Gus Edwards. Wide receivers are Deontay Johnson, T. Higgins, Robbie Anderson, Curtis Samuel, Russell Gage, Gabriel Davis, and Jacoby Myers, with my tight end being Travis Kelce.
Okay.
Ryan, my quarterback is Ryan Tannehill. Running backs, Derrick Henry and Chris Carson, along with Zach Moss and Melvin Gordon for some depth. I've got Metcalf and Terry McLaurin as wide receivers with Jalen Waddle as well. And on the bench, my flexes, I already said my flexes. And on my bench, Elijah Waters, Marshall Kenny Gainwell, there's Fitzpatrick. So I'm looking good in terms of those rookies, I think.
I absolutely love this team. Justin Herbert is a quarterback. My running backs, Zeke and Michael Carter. Wide receivers, Ridley, Robinson, Ayuk, Judy, Rashad Bateman. That's scary. I got Kyle Pitts, the tight end. The bench is Fields, Mr. Justin Fields, Tony Pollard, Amon-Ra, St. Brown, Chuba Hubbard, and Traquan Smith.
Nice.
Okay.
All right, so my team, I have Aaron Rodgers at QB, my starting running backs, Christian McCaffrey and Clyde Edwards-Helaire. My wide receivers, I have Justin Jefferson, DJ Moore, CeeDee Lamb. I got Hunter Henry as my starting tight end, OBJ and David Johnson in the flex. On my bench, I have Will Fuller, Mike Williams, Kirk Cousins, Adam Trotman, and Jalen Rager.
I like your team, Glenn. I like your team, boy.
I do too.
I like your team too. I see. Look, all right, guys. Last thing. No, this is your unbiased favorite teams. If you couldn't pick yours,
the whole draft, or just
if you could not pick your own, not out of the whole draft, out of just the four of us.
okay, let's see.
If I couldn't
If I
pick
couldn't
mine,
pick
then I
mine.
don't want to play.
Oh gosh.
I know my answer right now. If I could not pick my own, I would definitely go with Glenn's.
Mm-hmm.
I like
I'm
that.
looking at it
I
as
like
well.
that team. That's a disgusting team.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and co-sign on that.
Triple
Yeah, Glenn, you did a
co-sign.
great job there. Definitely. I think in the end there, I think you got a little too happy looking at this team. And
that auto draft tripped me up. I think
the-
from Hunter Henry onward, I started making some questionable draft choices. So let's just look.
which your top end, these are your starters. These are the guys that are going to be on the field, and so you can't go wrong. And right here, you have so much guys that are really that are the cornerstones of their team, but also you got enough guys that are going to get that consistency as well.
Yeah.
Getting Rodgers there was really great too. I missed on that. I don't think I remember that pick, but that was great.
No,
He's
you
gonna
remember
have
that caused me pain. I scream for like 10
Yes.
seconds.
Oh, right.
Oh, that was the pick. The screaming one.
The screaming pick.
Okay.
I was surprised Rodgers was available that late.
My gosh.
And I think the whole issue with him holding out really pushes stock lower, and
Mhm.
people tend to forget about him.
Boy, if that
Right.
could stay in the air until it's time for my redraft league,
I know. Like it's almost criminal for
only.
Rodgers to be going in the 7th round.
He is going to have a revenge tour out of this world, bro. I think this is going to
He
be
is.
an amazing season.
Because
man.
we all know he ain't staying with the Packers after the
last
season.
dance.
This essentially an audition season for him.
Yeah.
You need to come down to New England for real, though. For real.
That's not a whole lot, Brett. I mean,
We love
Of course.
we love a New England pity show for next week for you guys.
Y'all could do that on your podcast.
we don't get any Patriots love in here, Mikey.
You could do it on the New England Boys podcast.
Let's wrap it
No
up.
Patriots.
guys.
But yeah, let's wrap it up, man. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's the show though. But that's the show. We've gotten down to the end of it. Definitely a little bit of a long episode this time, but we hope you guys appreciate. Going through these mock drafts is so important. Please continue. You need to be mock drafting as much as possible as you prepare for your own drafts. It fixes your brain. You saw how we went through the tilt. We went through all these different emotions. You need to prepare yourself to go through those emotions for when the guy that you wanted gets picked right before you, and so that you don't tilt. Try not to tilt.
Also, even if you tilt to realize the draft over, you could still bounce back from the tilt.
Right. Very important too. That's a good note.
Words of wisdom.
I'm gonna have me a tilt-free breakfast right now.
Well, we appreciate you guys for tuning in. Thank you all for everything. Definitely follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram at Couch Champions. Subscribe on the channel, YouTube, Couch Champions Fantasy Football Podcast. And yeah, guys, we'll see you next week.
Hey.